What a game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Tulsa, Oklahoma, home to the Golden Hurricane of Tulsa. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the East Carolina Pirates, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Tulsa will kick off and we'll get this game started. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the East Carolina Pirates offense will go to work first. What a nice play on the pick. Didn't find much running room. They'll let it slide. They've got it at the 29.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Here's the pressure. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Pirates.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. Now the play fake. Finds his tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
He makes the grab. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Tulsa wasting no time. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Back to pass, it's Griffin. Under fire. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you
turning it on. He's at the 20. Touchdown, ECU. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. He'll start this drive firing. Working that left side now. And he's just run out of bounds, maybe living to fight another day there. It'll be a loss on the play. The Golden Hurricane way behind the chains here on second down. Looking to throw, it's Griffin. Got his man on the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. They've come out red hot already with a 14-3 lead. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Gets it to him on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, this guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
Running back searching for a hole, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long, so they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? They'll move the tight end. Try to barge their way in. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. That's the end of the period, and East Carolina has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Keeping it on the ground on third and goal. Touchdown, Purple Pirates! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Another rushing touchdown right now.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. UTSA has opened up a can, and the result is what's shaping up to be one of the more lopsided affairs of the entire day. They're up 14 over BYU. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Bringing the heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point. They know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Rides to back and leaves it. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He's got great speed. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse. Breaks into the open. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that 1st down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Let's go! Fakes to grab. He's trying to get it in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. It's complete. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, East Carolina.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to into the secondary on the right. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane. Great job by the back on the option.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
28, Tulsa, 10.
On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Looking for room, it's Russ. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. And the Pirates with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on 2nd down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Pirates. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
That makes the score East Carolina 35, Tulsa 10.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on that.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Can't make the catch, and it'll be third down. He had that thing and just lost his concentration. To the air, it's Griffin. They're working that left side. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to... One with a first down. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
And I like you got the first down of the drive, so maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
Firing to the right, complete. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. Tulsa wasting no time. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Makes the grab on the left. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. New set of downs after the completion. He wants to throw it again. Snags it over the middle. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. Tulsa comes to the line with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds a tight end. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Golden Hurricane to the line, facing 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. After making one field goal, he'll need a little distance on. This one a 40-yard try coming. Absolutely perfect.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Off play action on 1st down. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on 1st down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly.
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, ECU! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
Number 82 with the catch in the end zone.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
They want to get the ball right back here in the first half. They've got the lead and going for the onside kick.
Well, we're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You have got to make them pay for gambling like that.
And the right rotation on that one to get a little help from the crossbar and get it through. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, one half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Tulsa.
The Pirates will kick it away to crank up the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Breaks the tackle. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Wants to throw. It's Griffin. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out. Everybody right now on the same page.
Second down, he'll throw it. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. On third down, he drops to throw. Lofts one high and deep. A full dive to haul that one in. You know why he's piling up all these yards, David? Because the receivers won't let the ball hit the ground.
You remember that Jameis Winston game we called on a Thursday night? The ball didn't even hit the ground, did it?
It did not. 2 incomplete passes caught out of bounds. He's up to 81 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Back to pass. Fires into the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. And the Pirates come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Wide receiver going in motion. He's got him. And that'll not only be a first down, it'll be first and goal from the 7.
Really nice play call there because the defense might have been thinking on third and short in the red zone. They're probably going to run the football instead. They throw it, catch them off guard, and now they've got first and goal.
The Pirates have it in scoring position on first and goal. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. And they take it in for 6 more points. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, it's hit triple zeros in a captivating game today in the American. Troy took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Trojans that fired on all cylinders. Never a dull moment when it comes to the American. Back to you guys.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5.
And on second down, a lot of times, I don't know why, you just, as a defense, you go pass. You think passing situations, passing downs. Really good job by the offense, committing to the run game, not abandoning it, not getting yourself in a third down situation where you had to throw the football.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Griffin. Pocket breaking down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. To the ground with the back. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
And there's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
Might as well give it to him again. There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here we go. Pulls and fires complete to the right. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Guys, East Carolina carries the lead into the quarter break. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Wants to go up top. Good timing on the quick out. Touchdown, East Carolina. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
We'll get another look at this Tulsa offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Gets it out fast. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They want to throw it. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Tulsa will be forced to send out the punt team. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He gets a block. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. They'll make the stop, and he gets 4 on the play. Balls at the 25.
football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Come on, set. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And the Pirates want to pick up the tempo. On 2nd and goal, he gets another chance. Touchdown, Pirates! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
The Golden Hurricane offense comes back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll start this drive going to the air. He'll take the deep shot. Brings it in down the left side. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Finds his big tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Handoff from the gun. Slithers into space. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He's looking to throw. And those 2 couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. So here comes the field goal unit again. This kicker has already made 3 in this one. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. It is good.
Let's not say they cut into the field goal. Maybe just, I don't know, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Pirates in a good spot here with 2nd and short. 22 water. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
You know, you're seeing in college football now with spread offense and tempo and air raid, we're seeing more and more 400-yard days, but I can't remember the last time I've seen one look as impressive as this guy has played today, David. He has been on fire.
And it's so annoying now because all the quick game is so good, and then you take shots when you get matchups, and you see tight ends now that move like wide receivers and running backs that move like receivers. There's so many ways that quarterbacks can hurt you now, and he showed all of it today.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Pirates in the hurry up. Sends it back in motion. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Russ. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
Well, this quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long. There are some dangerous playmakers in the perimeter.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Got it behind the line. It's Russ. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal?
Here we go.
Trying to surge it in. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
70. Tulsa, 19.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on first down. Here's a heat. Blasted as he lets it go.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Makes the grab on the right. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Looking to throw on first down. A shot for the end zone. And the pass goes incomplete, looking to make things look a little tighter on the scoreboard, but that's going to do it. They get the win. They are now bowl eligible, but when you have a 0 in the loss column, there are much bigger fish to fry.
I think a lot of people thought they'd be 6-0 at this point, too. So we know they're going to a bowl game. Great. But, David, they've got their eyes set on the college football playoff.